Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
recording, and then I can send it to you, but maybe record on your phone too, in case.
Okay.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay, Miss Lindan. Actually, I wanna say to you about your graduation. Congratulations, become a master degree student right now. Oh, not
Thank
student
you.
anymore.
Graduate.
Yeah, because you have graduated from your
Yeah.
law school, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited.
So, could you tell me what is your activity at home during the COVID-19 situation?
So during COVID-19, so my apartment is cleaned by me, and my food is cooked by me, and sometimes I will order Uber Eats so that it's the food is delivered by the driver, by Uber. And what else? I like to walk around and yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What else in passive voice?
What about your pet?
My pet?
You
So
have
I
a dog.
I have a dog. Yeah. She's right here actually. She's sleeping.
Kiss or
and
kiss?
she.
Girl
So
or
she.
she?
Yeah, it's a girl. Her
Oh.
name is Jacqueline.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jacqueline.
So Jacqueline, she's fed by me every day, and she is walked by me, and then her food is eaten by her.
Okay.
And what else? And she is pet by me. I pet her. Yeah.
What about your law school? What about the graduation day?
So we'll have the graduation on Monday, and we will all be videoed. So our photos will be shown on the video on Zoom, and we will graduate by ourselves in the home, in the house.
Okay. Was your mother invited by them for the graduation day?
Yes. So all of the families are invited by the school to join in the graduation on video. So they were before the virus. All the families were invited to come to the graduation in Atlanta, but now they're all invited to join on video from their homes.
Okay. So what about before COVID-19? Were you called by your mother for go home?
So because of COVID-19, I was called by my mother to come home to North Carolina because it's safer in North Carolina at her home. So I was called by her to come back home after graduation.
So you will miss them. Do you miss them right now?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I do miss them. They're missed by me a lot. Yeah.
So do you live in apartment or a house, rent house, or like what?
I live in an apartment. Yeah, I rent an apartment. Yeah, Atlanta. Very close to school. So the apartment is rented by me.
Okay.
Yes, it's walking, maybe 30 minutes walking. Yeah. Or 5 minutes on the bus.
During the COVID-19, is your lecturer given you permission to go to law school or university?
So during COVID-19, the lectures are given on Zoom on video. So the classes are given by the professor during the same time as our classes usually, but it's all on video on Zoom, and so the classes are taken by us. We still have to finish everything, and the exams are taken online on the computer. Yeah, so we have to finish everything on video, just like your class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone who become student will do the same thing like us, right? Using Zoom video. But I worry about the student who lives in small village
They don't have internet.
internet.
Yeah, it's the same problem here. Yeah, I think there are some students who don't have any computer or internet, and so it's a bad situation for them. Yeah.
And I worry about the students. Their parents always give them some money for buying internet.
Yeah, they have to keep buying pulsa. Yeah.
Buy pulsa. Yeah, every week, because we have 6 days for studying, and then all the teachers teaching by using video. It means they have to use internet data, right? They have a lot of pulsa.
It's a lot of money. Yeah,
a lot of money.
Yeah. How are the exams given in your school?
But CBT, computer based test.
Okay.
And actually for grade 12, this year is very lucky for them because there is no UN.
Oh wow!
National examination.
That's good.
Yeah, and they get the certificate, become graduated from.
The one good thing.
Without any examination.
Good. It's lucky for them.
Yeah.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to study about passive voice. This is the last chapter for this semester. So please everyone listen to me about the explanation of passive voice. So passive voice is opposite of active voice. Yeah, active voice, you have already known about subject plus verb plus object. But in passive voice, object will be subject and subject will be object. Okay, for example, in active voice, I eat some banana today, but for passive voice, banana is eaten by me today. Okay, so I will tell you the more explanation. First, we come to the structures of this chapter about passive voice. So we will talk about passive voice, what is the function, and also come to the structure, and next cultural awareness, and then when to use the passive voice and when to avoid using passive voice. Okay, next, so passive voice. What is passive voice? Passive voice is passive sentence is a sentence where the subject is affected by the verb. So here the point. The subject that will be used is affected by the verb. So the formula for all the tenses in passive voice is here. Subject plus to be plus past participle, or the other name of the past participle we call verb 3. Okay, for example, the sentence is the shop is closed at 10 p.m. so we focus on the subject. So the subject is evicted by the verb. Okay, next. In passive sentence, the most important part is the action. So the action is also important for this sentence because the verb explain about the action, who will act the action, and passive sentences make the text more formal and impersonal. Yeah, so the text for passive voice is really formal. If we want to use in speech, so most of the speaker use passive voice sentences to make the speech become formal and more polite. Okay. Next, in a passive voice, the person or thing acted on come first. So the person in the beginning of the sentence, and the actor is added in the end with preposition by. So the actor who did the action we put after the verb by using by. Okay, and then sometimes the actor is omitted completely. So especially in passive sentence, we don't have to say the actor. So it's omitted, it means nothing. We don't use the actor, or we don't have to tell the actor. Okay, like this example, the shop is closed at 10 p.m. We don't need say who will close the shop. We just focus about the action about the shop is closed. So you can get my point, right? Okay, next, when to use passive voice. Okay, when if the actor is unknown. Like I told you before, we don't have to talk about the actor because the actor is not really important in passive voice. So if we don't know the actor, we just only use the person who get the action. For example, the cave painting were made in the Upper Old Stone Age. So there is no actor here by blah blah blah. So there is no person that is told in this sentence. So we just focus about the cave painting were made in Upper Old Stone Age. Okay, the second, we use passive voice for the actor is irrelevant. Irrelevant, it means there is no correlation between the action and the person. For example, an experimental solar power plant will be built in the Australian desert. Okay, so there is no person who has relevant with this experimental solar power. Okay, so we don't talk about the actor who will build the solar power, but we just only focus on experimental solar power plant will be built, and we don't know who will build the solar power plant. Okay, next, the third, we use passive voice to be vague about who is responsible. So it means we don't know who the person will give the responsible person for the action. For example, there is a thief who stole the car in the market, and the news will write about the car is stole in the market. So we don't know about the who will be a responsible person in this sentence. For example, mistakes were made. So we just talk like someone do the mistakes, and we don't know who will responsible about the mistakes. So there is no responsible person. Okay, Number 4, when talking about a general truth. So we will use passive voice talking about general truth. For example, rules are made to be broken. So this is real. When the government make some rules, sometimes the civil or society will make mistakes. So if we want to make the passive sentence about general truth like this, rules are made to be broken. So this is real. Everyone sometimes disobey the rules. Yeah. Okay, next. The fifth function is to emphasize the person or thing acted on. So we want to talk about the someone who makes the action. If the four above, we don't talk about person, but in number 5, we emphasize the person or thing acted on. So for example, insulin was first discovered in 1921 by researchers at the University of Toronto. So we focus the person who discovered the insulin. So researchers from University of Toronto. Okay, next. So the last, we use passive voice in scientific genre. Yeah, like this one, general truth. We also use scientific genre. For example, the sodium hydroxide was dissolved in water. So we focus about the reaction of sodium hydroxide in the water. So was dissolved. So we don't talk about the person who makes the sodium hydroxide, but we just focus on the action that will be happen after we put sodium hydroxide in water. Okay, I think you can get my. Okay, next. Okay, when to avoid passive voice. So we don't have to use passive voice in some situation. So passive voice should be avoided in certain instances in academic writing. So if you want to make a proposal or thesis, so we don't have to use passive voice too many. For example, this situation is when it creates vagueness about the actor. So for example, both Othello and Lego desire Desdemona. She is courted. So this is wrong because we don't know who person that we are talking about, Othello and Lego. So this is the result. Who courted Desdemona, Othello or Lego or both? So this is make some people confused to write your academic writing. Okay, next. When you focus on different ideas or different researchers or between yours and those of the researchers you are discussing. For example, research has been done to discredit this theory. Research has been done to discredit this theory. So we don't know who did the research, right? So this makes us confused. So this is the result. Who did the research? You, your professor, or another author. So this is make confused. So we have to use active voice. For example, Miss Ika has done the research to discredit this theory. For example, like that. Okay, so we use active voice in explain about these researchers or in discussing something. Okay, and then the next, when it makes the text wordy and indirect. This is also forbidden. If we want to make the text long text or long words or indirect words, we don't have to use passive voice. For example, since the car was being driven by Michael at the time of the accident, the damage should be paid for by him. So the result is he should pay for the damage. It's too many words that explain about the Michael pay the damage. So this is wrong sentence. We just use active sentence like this. He should pay for the damage. So that's why makes us confused about passive voice in text wordy or indirect text. Okay, I think that's all for explanation. For the formulas of passive voice, I will tell you in the next meeting. Okay. Now everyone, please answer all the questions by using passive voice form based on the video you have watched in the beginning of this slide. There are 8 questions here you have to answer. Don't forget to type it and then upload to your e-learning class. Okay, don't forget for answering all the questions by using passive voice form. So all the sentences have to use passive voice form because this is our subject or material. Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Bye.